Yo, what's going on, Valoramous Vanguards? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another DJ tutorial with yours truly and the DDJ-FLX10. And in today's tutorial demonstration, show you how to trigger and use samples within the DDJ-FLX10 sample bank. So within Rekordbox DJ version 6.0 or above software, you will have sample banks. It'll be either 8 or 16 samples. You will have some samples that may come organic with the Rekordbox DJ software, such as a siren or a horn sound, but you can also add additional samples into the sound bank within Rekordbox DJ software and then use those samples or employ those samples live during your DJ sets. So if you press this sample button right here, sample panel button, you'll see a screen that looks like this. You may already have some samples that are already activated or triggered within the sample bank. So you have sirens, horns, and then the noise setting it up. Now you have these NC sample bank here, and then if you click on these different tabs here, you have 8 more samples you can add. So 8, 16, 24, 32. You can add 32 samples total. But generally, I just like to use the first 8 banks because I don't use the sampler that often, but it does come in handy a lot. Oftentimes, you'll hear the siren and the horn a lot in DJ sets. So if you want to add different samples here, what you could do is just take drum samples that you have and then just merely drag and drop. So if I want to add, for example, we can add this comedy punchline, which would be a special effect here. And then I can add 75 BPM drums here, 90 here, 100 here, and then 128. And then on the right side, you can add the faster drums, which would be a 145 top loop. And then I have 3 150 BPM samples. And then I have 155 BPM. Now we have all the samples loaded into our bank. And what these things sound like. Now with each sample, you can adjust the volume here. So I play it again. It's not as loud. And you can adjust the volume. This will have the BPM or double the BPM. And then this adjusts the start point, playback start point. This is master tempo. You can uncheck that so it doesn't sync, and then you can eject the sample right here. So if I want to eject it, you can do that. But if you want this to play on loop, this is the play mode. It's now loop. So now when I press play, it's going to loop. And this down above 150. Let's put it all done time. Game here. Adjust the game. You can adjust the gain, and then you can put it in 2 modes, either play mode or loop mode. And both you can sync. So if you want to sync these to the BPM of the track you're playing, you can press sync. Or every time when you're playing live, you just merely go to edit, and then you can press sync. And generally, sync is done with this looping feature right here. So again, get this one, loop right here, get master tempo. So I'm going to uncheck the master tempo button. A lot of these samples. Very easy. And generally, I just want to play it one time. You use that 150. And then that's how you can mute it. You can mute the sample right there. Or you can turn down the volume on your hardware itself. But this is, you'll want to experiment with these buttons and become familiar with the sampler, because it's actually a little bit tricky initially, because you may think this is play or this is play, but it's actually the eject button. And you don't want to do that. And then, of course, you want to go here to the sampler within the preferences itself. And then this will allow you to access a few more features. Like, do not overwrite the loaded slot. We have 16 slots. This is the location of some of the files. And what's probably going to be in here is going to be presets like these sirens, sine waves, noise, and horns, which may already be loaded. Load the sequence and automatic play. Could uncheck that. So that's the sampler in the software. This is definitely important because this is how you got to plan and program your sets. But it's actually more important that you have proper timing. And that's what you're going to be doing when you're pressing these sampler buttons on the DDJ-FLX10 pad modes themselves. Okay, so I have now shown you how to trigger samples with your Rekordbox DJ version 6.0 or above software sampler. Now I'm going to provide you a quick demonstration of how you can use these samples live during your DJ sets. So on the pad modes itself, you will press this sampler button right here. This is the fourth button from the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, sampler button. And then you will know that your samplers have samplers embedded within that slot because these buttons will be highlighted. They're purple, or they will be red, or they're gonna be some sort of color. If they're not activated, what they'll look like is they will be blank. So slots 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 have no samples in them, but samples 1 through 8 have samples. So, and that's how you know is because there's color. There are colors surrounding, and I just accidentally activated one of the samples. So the first sample that I have is obviously the siren. So you hear that sample a lot in DJ sets. A lot of DJs will do this live. They'll also play a horn sample, which sounds like this. Those are the two most common samples in DJ sets. You'll hear those a lot, especially in these mainstream type of bar type settings. Another sample that could be used is noise if you want to add extra impact to a certain section or a break. Now, I also showed you drum samples. So with drum samples, these can either be effects or they can just add extra drums to your sets. So if you want to add extra drums to your sets, you can simply press one of these samples, and it's important that you match the BPM of the sample with the BPM of the track. So this track is at 128. You can see it's displayed here. That's a very common EDM sample. So I have this EDM drum sample right here, which sounds like this. Now, you can set this to where it plays with just the touch of a button, or you can hold it down and it can play it. So if I'm playing this track right here, which has this loop right here, if the drums are not strong enough, or if I don't think they're strong enough, I can add this 128 BPM drum sample. And this can add extra drums to your set. Now, I'm gonna hold it down because I haven't triggered the activation to where it's just a loop continuously with the press of one button. But you have to be in time, so it's very important that you are in time when you use these samples. So I'm gonna be counting 1, 2, 3, 4 of the track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, go. So these samples, and that's a very powerful EDM drum sample, so it doesn't quite go with this track itself, but you could use drum samples such as percussion loops or top drum loops that have a lot of upper frequencies but no low frequencies, and it could add extra textures or extra sound to your track. So another example would be if I have let's say I have a 145 BPM track. We're going to use one of my own tracks right here. And now, if I play, this is set to 145. Actually, I'm going to tempo reset 145. You can see right there. Now, I have a 145 BPM sample that is, let me back up. Okay. I have a 145 BPM sample that is merely a top loop, so it only has percussion. So right now you can hear a hi-hat, an open hi-hat, but I'm going to press this top drum loop in time with the beat. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, now. And then you can use the sampler volume right here to increase the volume of that sample. We're gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, now. Or excuse me, the sample bar is right here. And if you have the sampler set to a reoccurring loop, then you don't have to hold down the sample. So you have options. Either you hold down the sample and it just plays once, or you press it once and then the sample just plays with a continuous loop. And then with these other drum samplers, or these other drum samples, you have, I'm just giving you some examples, but I have pop drum loops that are at 90 BPM. The next one is hip hop drums. And see, this one's on a loop right now. So this first sample, this is pop drums, 90 BPM. I'm gonna play it just one time. Now I have hip hop drums. These are set to 100 BPM. And I have it set on a loop now. So I'm gonna press it once and it's going to loop. And again, refer back to the video to the portion where I showed you the Rekordbox DJ software screen. You will have a play mode, which is one shot. So the play mode is set at one shot mode, or you have the play mode, which is set to a loop. So the play mode is set at loop. Right now it's set to a loop. Okay, so that was actually synchronized to 145 BPM, but now it's at 100. Okay, I already showed you the EDM drums. This is an effect that I've used in private gigs for a punchline, so you'll probably recognize this sound. And that was synchronized as well. So let me play that one more time. There you go. So that was like a punchline for a joke. And then other sounds, this is on the right deck over here, slightly off screen, but I have 150 BPM. Another 150 BPM sample. And what you can do with this is allow me to, I've now loaded a 150 BPM track on this deck. You can see 150 BPM right here. We're gonna play a loop. And now I'm gonna use these 150 BPM samples to be in time with the beat, which will enhance the drum. So let's do the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, now. Okay, let's do it again with the next sample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, now. And then the third 150 BPM sample will sound like this. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, now. This one's a bit more cosmic. Much more of a rave breakbeat. So that is a quick demonstration of how you can use this sample. Again, what you're predominantly going to hear in DJ sets are going to be those sirens and horns, which should already automatically be installed on your Rekordbox DJ software. They already come organic with the system. But again, siren. And you can adjust the volume either right here, or there's a volume meter within the sampler itself within the Rekordbox DJ software. And then you also have the horn. But those are the two that I use a lot. I don't use these drum samples as much. I have used this Punchline drum rib shot before. That has helped me in, especially in private events where there's a lot of emceeing and talking that are happening. That can be an effect that you can add to your DJ sets as well. But simply think about the sounds that you might need as a DJ, either trick sounds or joke sounds, or you can even use like funny memes or speeches. You could use your own DJ intros here. I've sometimes used DJ drops. So I could have my own DJ Valoramous DJ drop here that I can use, and I will show you that. So here's an example of a DJ drop.
You're listening to the hottest DJ in the game, DJ Valoramous.
But there you have it. Those are just some examples on how to use the DDJ-FLX10 sampler with Rekordbox DJ software version 6.0 or above.
There you have it. That is my method for using the DDJ-FLX10 sampler with Rekordbox DJ software version 6.0 or above. If you have any other comments, questions, tips, tricks, or concerns that you can share with the audience, then please leave those in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
3, 2, 1, lose it. Let's get elevated.